Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me here today for a new pick a card reading. For those of you that are new to my channel, welcome in. My name is Melissa, and the topic that we're going to be reading on today is going to be how do they perceive you? So this reading is going to be getting into how your person that you're thinking of, a person of significance, perceives you. So what do they think about you? How do they see you in whatever context they know you? This does not have to only be about romantic love interest, you guys. I'm really making this reading a lot more general. So if there's anyone in your life that you're curious about, go ahead and watch if you're drawn to the video. This could pertain to like a relative, a friend. It could be a love interest. It could be your boss, like anyone. If you feel guided to view the video, there's likely a message that's here for you. Keep in mind, though, this is a general reading, so not every message may specifically apply to your situation. Always use your intuition. You know what's for you and you know what's not. So take whatever resonates, leave behind anything that doesn't. And if you do want to book a more personal reading, all the details on how you can do so will be linked in the description box down below. All right, so we are going to be working with 3 piles today. And instead of crystals, I wanted to do perfumes because for those of you that don't know, I love perfume. I collect fragrances. I work in the beauty industry. So this is one of my most favorite beauty categories. And I think that the perfume ties in really well to this theme of the reading, right? Because whenever we put on a fragrance, that fragrance usually evokes a certain mood or emotion or gives off a certain vibe, right? So I just chose 3 fragrances at random out of my collection for today's pick a pile. So starting here on the left, we have group number 1. This is YSL Libre. Here we have group number 2. This is Sunkissed Hibiscus from Nest. And then group number 3, we have Chanel number 5 Low. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Think about your person. Think about how they perceive you. What do they think about you? How do they view you? Go ahead and select the card or the perfume you're feeling the most intuitively guided to, really selecting with your instincts, your gut instincts versus just your eyes. And once you've made your choice, you can scroll down to the description box below to find the timestamp that will skip you right away to your reading. See you there. Hey there, group 1. If you guys picked the YSL Libre fragrance, this is going to be your reading. We're going to find out how this person you're thinking about currently is perceiving you. So keep in mind, you guys, with someone's perception, this is more so their perception, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that it's accurate. This is just their perception based off the experiences they've had with you. So if you're watching it and you feel like this isn't right, don't be offended because it's just what they're perceiving right now. So you guys picked out YSL Libre. So this is a fragrance that is really elegant and really, it's really free, right? The whole premise behind this fragrance, the whole theme of this fragrance is all about being free, being empowered, being confident in yourself. So these are all things that I feel like this person may perceive you as being, as someone that's really free-spirited, someone that's empowered, someone that kind of marches to the beat of their own drum. And I'm almost getting like power suit vibes. So maybe some of you guys know this person in like a professional setting, or maybe they perceive you as being like a professional in some way. I don't know. Just a couple initial thoughts I'm getting just from the scent. Let's go ahead and get into the first card, and then we're going to shuffle the rest on camera. So wow, you guys have focus coming through. So this is really interesting because that's sort of the energy I'm getting from the fragrance. It's like this very strong, confident, like, you know, you're on a mission, you have goals, like an ambitious sort of energy. So this person is certainly perceiving you guys as being focused on your goals, focused on the things that you want to do. There's a lot of elegant energy coming through in this card as well. Maybe you guys like to wear jewelry. And it's so funny because this right here reminds me of like a necklace. And if I'm not mistaken, I feel like this part of the bottle was mimicked after a necklace. I could be wrong. I have to double check that later. But maybe they perceive you guys as being very glam, you know, very into like your look, your appearance, not in a bad way. But there's definitely like this boss energy coming through in a sense of like getting your work done. So let's continue here. We're going to be shuffling all the cards on camera. So you guys can really be here in the moment with me in this reading. So let's see. For pile 1, how does this person that they're thinking of perceive them? So this one's coming through. We have the kiss, the goddess Freya. So you're a very forgiving person. This person perceives you as being forgiving, kind, compassionate, caring. We also have the black, the dark. So that's interesting because there's the black in the lid of this fragrance too. I kind of wonder if you and this person may not be in communication right now because they're perceiving you as being dark in a sense. Like it's almost like this feeling of them maybe feeling like they can't get in touch with you or they can't really reach you right now for some reason. I'm also getting duality too with this because even though they do perceive you as being kind, compassionate, caring, loving person, I think that there's a perception here for some of you guys that you may also have a different side to you, like a dark side, quote unquote, which we all do. Everyone has dark and light attributes in their personality. So it's nothing to be like offended by, but I definitely think that this person might be perceiving you guys as being a little bit like out of their reach sometimes. And I think it's coming from the space of you being really focused on yourself and focused on your own goals and your own things that you have going on in your life. Remember, you're like that boss energy. For some of you guys, this person may perceive you as being in like a dark situation or some sort of transformative situation. Just something like maybe has gone on in your life or is going on in your life that's making this person perceive you as like going through something. But it's like they still see you as being focused. Like they see you as being confident to get through it is kind of what I'm saying. So it's like even if you're not currently going through something, I feel like with the black energy, this is about them saying like, wow, like pile one, like no matter what crazy stuff comes their way, like they're always focused on solutions. They're always focused on how they can recover, how they can move forward, what work they can do to continue on their path, things like that. Ooh, okay. So let's get a couple tarot cards here next. So how does pile one's person perceive them? We have a high priestess. Interesting. I want to move these guys up a little bit. So we've got the high priestess. We have a 5 of cups. Yes. It's like, and you have the Empress at the bottom, which is more of kind of this caring and nurturing energy. So I definitely think this person, it's interesting with the high priestess because the high priestess is a very mysterious energy. It's an all-knowing energy. It's like, and I think that could be where that black energy is coming from, you guys, because the high priestess does not always show their hand. They don't always show like how they're feeling, what they know. They don't always express their emotions, right? And so it's like, even though this person I feel has a lot of respect for you and they hold you in high regard, they see you as someone that's really in charge of your life, that you kind of have things all together to yourself in a way. But there's like this side of you that they feel, like I was saying before, like they can't quite reach you. They don't really know how to read you all the way. They know that you seem to have everything together. They feel like you're someone that just naturally has all the answers, but it's like they don't know how to get those answers out of you, if that makes sense. And with the 5 of Cups, this is interesting because, you know, the 5 of Cups is also talking about like navigating disappointments or sometimes grieving or loss. So this person that you're thinking of could be perceiving you as going, like I was saying, kind of going through a hard time or grieving something in your life. But the cool thing about this 5 of Cups, which is interesting, is that like, even though this is a card that has to do with grief and sadness and going through a tough time, in this depiction, it's almost like she's kind of savoring, like she's, like I'm getting gratitude from this. So it's almost like, even though you may have fallen on hard times in the past, they see you as being someone that's been able to overcome and sort of see the silver lining in any experience that you've gone through, like any negative experience you've gone through. So it's like you guys are able to look on the bright side of life, even when things get dark, is what I feel from this. Very, like weirdly optimistic interpretation of that card. So that's definitely a clear message for some of you guys out there. So let's pull some of these archetypes next and just see like what else they would share. So how do they perceive you for group 1? Sorry, you guys. I've been doing a lot of talking lately, so my voice is a little raspy. So my apologies for that. Okay. So we've got the victim card coming up. Interesting. Let's get another one. It doesn't mean they see you as playing the victim. I don't really see that, to be honest. Let's see. We also have the lover. Yes. So I feel like, you know, the lover is really confirming this goddess Freya energy. Like, this person sees you as someone that's just so caring and kind and compassionate, and like, this is talking about great passion and devotion. So it's like whatever you guys are focused on, whatever you love, whatever you're going after, you're doing it out of a place of love and passion, and you're truly devoted to it. So whether this is having to do with your work, your creative projects, your romantic relationships in general, this also talks about unbridled, appreciation of someone or something. So I feel like this person genuinely sees you as being so loving and caring and appreciative of the people in your life, and maybe even them as well, depending on your relationship to this person. So the victim card is interesting because this says prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. We have playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, inability to maintain personal boundaries. To be honest with you guys, typically I would read this card in the shadow side. But for this group, because of this 5 of Cups we have, I really feel like it's more of this. It's like, I think that this person really sees you as like, even though you could be a victim, or maybe they feel like people have done you wrong in the past, it's like you don't allow yourself to be this victim. You remain optimistic and you take charge of your own life, right? And for some of you guys, this says talking about victimizing others. So it's like, I think for others of you, this is talking about you being someone that likes to stand up for others, right? Like making sure that you're looking out for other people that are in your life that are important to you. So let's continue. We've just got a couple more. Yeah, I think this is the last deck I have. So let's close it out with some of these little love cards here for group 1. Okay. We have proposal. I was kind of feeling that vibe, you guys, to be honest. Like this doesn't feel 100% platonic for a lot of you guys. I mean, everyone's situation's different, right? So the energy is always going to be on a gradient, but with this kiss and this lover and this proposal, I definitely feel like this person has some sort of feelings for you for sure. Let's see. One more. We also have Try Me. Okay. So it's like with this is such funny energy. There's a lot of duality happening in this reading, you guys. So I'm really curious to know your relationship with this person, because it almost feels like for some of you guys out there that like at one time maybe this connection was on, and then maybe this person screwed something up, which is why you have that forgiveness energy. And now they're kind of seeing you as this, or maybe that's been the case in the past. But, you know, the proposal. So this is talking about like wanting to ask someone out, moving something to the next level. So this is talking about how they perceive you, not necessarily their feelings necessarily. So I definitely think that this person is perceiving you as wanting more, right? So whether that's wanting more with them or wanting more just in general in your life, the proposal is like taking something to the next level. So they see that that's something that you desire in your life, okay? That you would want something to move to the next step. But with Try Me here, this person is definitely perceiving you as like not being in the mood for any BS, okay? So whether that's, again, their BS or just BS in general, this is talking about how things need to change. So if this is talking about this person, you guys, and this is like a romantic connection, I do feel that this person knows and is aware of the fact that like you're not settling for anything less than what you deserve. And they definitely know with you that they're going to have to come correct. Okay, so if you've been wondering about that, they definitely know. Because they know that you're worth more than that, and they perceive you as wanting more than settling for less. So group 1, this was a fun reading. I would love to hear how it resonated in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the fragrance instead of the crystals. I thought this was like a fun way to just add something interesting into your reading. Thank you guys for watching. If you're not subscribed, please do so. It really helps me out a lot, and I will see you in a new reading very soon. Bye. Hey there, Pile 2. If you guys picked out the Sunkissed Hibiscus fragrance from Nest, this is going to be your reading. We're going to dig in and see how your person currently perceives you. Okay, so just starting with a channel message with this fragrance you guys picked. This fragrance is a very calming and relaxing scent. It's also kind of like a very beachy, like inspired by the beach scent. And this particular hibiscus that is in the scent, or the scent that the scent is inspired by, is really unique because this particular hibiscus, it only blooms when the sun comes out, and then it closes up again when the moon comes out, which is kind of cool. So I feel I'm getting a couple messages from this. I think this person perceives you guys as being very calm, like a calming presence. You have a calming presence about you. They may see you as someone that's a very relaxed person, or you bring that relaxation energy. I know for me, when I wear this fragrance, it instantly relaxes me. So sidebar, if you feel anxious, this is a good scent to try out. But I also feel like this person might see you guys as being a little introverted as well, or maybe you kind of have this like introvert extrovert duality to you. What is it called? An introverted extrovert? I don't know. But it's kind of like when you need to be on, you're on. But when you don't need to be on, you like to kind of be to yourself. You know, it's not like you have to be in the spotlight all the time. It kind of depends on the situation, I guess is what I'm saying. So the first card we have here is the inner strength. So that's really beautiful, you guys. So this person sees you as being very resilient. They see you as magical. They see you as resilient, and they may also see you as being really good with animals, because the bunny just really caught my eye right there. But that's kind of cool with like the Sunkissed Hibiscus, and it ties in really well actually, because if you think about it, like inner strength, like strength is not always about being the most extroverted person in the room or being the loudest voice in the room. Strength can also be about knowing when to pick your battles and what battles are worth fighting and what battles aren't. And when do I use restraint in this case versus going out and using my voice, right? Like it's like you guys have this inner like mastery of your emotions in a sense is what I feel. But they see you as someone who is a strong kind of calming presence. Like because you're so solid in yourself, like to them, you just come across as really solid. And that inner strength that you exude brings like a calming force to others is what I feel. So let's take a look at these color mage cards and see what else we can get here. How is this person perceiving you? This person, I think, sees you guys as being like kind of whimsical too. Okay. We have smoke, ignorance, and mystery. Okay, that's interesting. We also have the canyon, deep perspective. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. It's like, I think this person just sees you as like someone that has a lot of depth to them, and maybe a little bit mysterious too. Like they can't really put their finger on how you feel always, or what you're thinking about certain things, especially with that smoke card coming up. But yeah, the canyon is beautiful. It's like this person sees you as being deep. Like you're a person that has a lot of depth to them. Like it's not just surface level with you. This person knows that there's a lot more to you than meets the eye. There's a lot more than the sparkly, outer image that you may project at times. Yeah, they definitely perceive you as being mysterious. I'm also feeling with that smoke card some confusion energy as well. So I'm wondering if this person is perceiving you as being confused about something in your life. And perhaps it's like this energy of like whenever you do get confused, whether it's a specific situation or just situations in general, if you're confused about something or you don't have all the answers about a certain situation, so maybe you're more like quote unquote ignorant to it, maybe this is when you recede or rescind your energy in order to gain that perspective on situations. So it's actually really nice to see that. I feel like that's a really positive quality. All right, so let's get a few more here. Clarifying this energy. We have a Page of Wands. Okay. You might be younger than this person. Okay. And the Fool. Yeah, I think you guys are younger than this person. Because, okay. Yeah, this kind of makes sense with the smoke card, like the ignorance part of the card, because I think that however you know this person, in whatever context you know them, there could be certain things that you don't know about yet because you're new at it. So either you guys are like younger than this person, so that even though they perceive you as being really deep and there's something very special about you, it's like they see you as a beginner in some way. Like you still don't know everything yet. But these are really cool energies because the Page of Wands, the Fool card, is like this person is seeing you, I feel, as being like an upbeat and cheerful person. Like, you know how to have fun. I feel like, I feel like you're good at conversation. I just with this Page of Wands, I keep thinking of like communication. I almost wonder if you guys mainly only text with this person too because of the Page of Wands being here. Like there's something about the way that you guys communicate or spend time together that feels like it could just be in short bursts of energy versus like spending a lot of time together. That's just a vibe I'm getting for some of you guys. But the Fool is saying like, the Fool's about authenticity. So it's like this person perceives you as being authentic. Like you are unapologetically who you are and you don't really care necessarily about what other people think about you. You just dive in head first into whatever feels natural and right to you. And I can't help but notice as well that we also have a little doggy here. So that animal theme keeps coming up with this person. You guys will have to let me know if you have pets or if you're like really into animals or something like that in the comments. Let's keep going. Let's see how they perceive you. We have the Prince. Okay, so they see you as very charming as well. Like this person definitely sees you as very charming. You have a way with words, like I was getting with communication. Like you have a way with words. You know how to get the things that you want. But like, I had to stop for a second because I'm really being drawn to like the flowers behind the back type of thing. It's kind of reminding me of like what I was saying in the beginning about how the hibiscus opens and then it closes depending. It's like you guys know how to turn on the charm when you need to, but it's not always out there in the open for everyone to see all the time. You might be someone that this person perceives as like having, maybe you're a little strategic or you've got a lot of like tricks up your sleeve, quote unquote. I don't know. Just that's for someone. Let's get one more. Of these, we have the Prostitute. Okay, this isn't a bad card, you guys. I know just the name of it is like, what? So this is saying, accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. Or we've got places material considerations and security above self-empowerment. So basically what this is talking about is like being the type of person that doesn't sacrifice their spirit or doesn't sacrifice their dignity or self-esteem just because of money, right? Like you're someone that's going to be more empowered in yourselves and more empowered to do the things that you want to do in your life that feels good to you, that really resonates with your spirit, that really feels authentic to you. So there could be a struggle that you guys have sometimes around balancing this, where it's like maybe there's certain things that you guys really love doing, but maybe it doesn't make you money in the way that you want, or doesn't bring the security that you want. So it's sort of like this balance with that card of like, it's like a balance between doing what you love versus doing what's going to bring security. That's kind of the message behind that. But, you know, with that Canyon card with the deep perspective, it's like, I think this person sees you as someone that, like, even though you could, maybe you guys are really beautiful and, like, you could do work, you know, that would get you a lot of attention because of your beauty. But if that work isn't fulfilling to you, you're not going to do it because there's more depth to you than that. That's kind of the energy I feel with that. Let's continue with these last two here. Let's see how they perceive you. We have the Bride. So this person perceives you as like marriage material. Someone that wants a long-term commitment. So for some of you guys, this could be romantic in nature, and this person like sees you in that way. Maybe for others of you, you already are this, and you know, like if this is a friend you're asking about, they kind of see you as somebody's wife or being focused on marriage. Okay. Too many. Sorry, guys. Just get one more. But then we also have frigid. What? Chilly, cold personality. So, you know, that kind of, again, goes back to like that vibe with the hibiscus that we were talking about, how it opens and closes. And so it's like sometimes you're on, sometimes you're off with this person. That's the way they perceive it, which makes sense with the Page of Wands because this is very sporadic communication. It's almost like when you guys come into this person's life, they perceive you as being really, you know, exciting to be around and fun and passionate communication, but it's like very scattered. You know, it's like one day you're there, the next day you're not. One day you're there, maybe the next day you're distracted by something else. And I think this person may want to spend more time with you guys. Look at this. Island time. Wasn't I saying this is about the beach? Have a relaxed attitude, be more lighthearted. Yeah. They definitely see that side of you. But yeah, it's like, I think that we have this duality here because maybe this person perceives you guys as being a little bit hot and cold with them sometimes. Like you're not always giving up the goods. You're not always giving, not the goods, but you know what I mean? Like you're not always giving your attention that freely to them and they notice it. So this is really interesting, group 2. I would really love to hear from you in the comments below how it resonates. And let me know what you thought about the fragrance instead of the crystals. I thought that was a fun idea, but I'm always open to feedback. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to view today's reading. If you're not already subscribed, please feel free to do so. It really helps me out. And I'll see y'all in a new reading very soon. Bye. Hey there, pile 3. If you guys picked out the number 5, Leo, sorry, I can't pronounce it, from Chanel, this is going to be your reading. We're going to take a look and see how the person you guys are thinking about currently perceives you. So right off the bat with the Chanel number 5, Leo, why am I saying it wrong? Anyway, you guys get it. This is a very elegant, classic, timeless scent. So I definitely think that this person maybe perceives you as someone who is timeless in a sense, or elegant, or maybe traditional in a certain way. Like this is a scent that's been around for a really, really long time. Like my grandmother used to wear this scent. You know, so it's like there's something about maybe legacy with this person, how they perceive you, or it's also interesting with this being the lighter version of Chanel. It's like, even though I think they may perceive you guys as being very elegant, classic, timeless, all those beautiful things, you're not like over the top with it. I think that this person sees you as having a lot of balance to that side of you where you're still very down to earth. So let's see. We've got here the card of transformation. Wow. So I feel that this person, there's a couple things. I think this person perceives you as maybe going through a change in your life, moving through a transformation right now, something really major. But I also feel this person perceives you as being transformative and magical in a sense, because I don't know what she has here, but it almost looks like it's some sort of magical energy emanating from her. So yeah, it's like this person sees you as being very transformative. And maybe for a lot of you guys, you've made a really huge impact on this person's life specifically. Or maybe they just see you as making an impact on people's lives in general. So let's take a look. Let's get a couple more here. I think this person also perceives you as being like a protective person. They feel comfortable around you is what I'm getting. So we've got yellow sand. This says, what does it say? Give it time. Okay. Let's see. How are they perceiving you? Okay. Hold up. We're going to go with this orange one that flew out. So we've got salmon here. Overcoming adversity. Yes. It's like you guys, they see you as going through a change or having gone through a big change, and they definitely perceive you guys as being someone that can overcome challenges and obstacles. Or maybe you've recently gone through something, right? Like they see you as being really strong and confident, creative. Give it time. I also feel this person sees you as someone that's very patient. You know, transformation takes time. It's not something that can happen overnight. So patience is definitely coming through here. I also think this person, for some of you guys, whatever the connection is that you have with them, they may be perceiving the situation as needing to give it time. Like maybe they need to be patient. Maybe you guys have set down a boundary that they're needing to respect right now. Let's continue. One more. So we have a Page of Pentacles. We have a Seven of Cups. So, yeah, I think communication, this person might be perceiving communication with you as being slow or sporadic at times with that Page of Pentacles. Because with the Seven of Cups here, I think this person is seeing you as being a bit distracted, or maybe they see you as having a lot of other things on your plate right now that kind of divert your attention away from them. Like they don't see you as being really that focused on them. That's their perception, right? So remember with these readings, like this is just your person's perception. It doesn't always mean that it's the reality. It's just what they see. But yeah, I think that they're perceiving you guys as like having a lot going on in your life, so where like you're not really that focused on them. Your energy's distracted from them. And so it's like, I don't know why I keep reading their energy, because we're supposed to be talking about how they perceive you, but their energy's coming through really strong here for some reason, where it's like, I think this person's really curious about you with the Page of Pentacles. But they see you as someone that is maybe a little slower to communicate with them. Maybe communication's been a bit sporadic, in and out. I also think this person perceives you as being very studious as well, because the Page of Pentacles is a student. It is someone that is learning a new skill or ability in their life. Maybe some of you guys are in school, you take classes, things like that. But I do think they perceive you as just being a genuinely curious person as well. Like, because this almost looks like Pandora's box to me. If you guys know the story of like Pandora's box, it's like that's a whole expression of like what's going to come out of there, like if we open up this box, right? So I see them as like perceiving you guys as being very curious about certain things, not being afraid to kind of open up Pandora's box and go down a rabbit hole about things, if needed or if you want to. We have the King. So this is talking about benevolent leadership, rulership without restraint, feelings of entitlement. This person certainly sees you as being very authoritative, not always in a bad way, but like they see you as a leader. They see you as someone that's in charge. They may even see you as someone that's above them in certain ways. I also think this is about the way that you guys carry yourselves. Like you have a very royal and regal presence about you. I was really getting that with this transformation card as well. You know, they see you as, they may also see you as being an independent, sovereign person as well. Like maybe you guys are single, or maybe you don't have a lot of people around you a lot. If you do, you find yourself more in that leadership position. Okay. It kind of makes sense with the Chanel too. We also have the Warrior. This is talking about heroism, skill, discipline, kind of like with the Page of Pentacles, building skills, self-sacrifice, and conquering the ego. Interesting. I feel like this really aligns with that salmon color that came up, because the salmon color is talking about overcoming adversity. The Warrior is about rising to the occasion, having strength, stamina, skill, toughness of will. This person sees you as a fighter. It's like they know that they see you as someone that, like, no matter what is going wrong in your life or whatever's happening, you're going to stand up for yourself. You're going to conquer the challenge, whatever it is. Yeah, if this is like romantic in nature, you guys, I almost feel like this person sees you guys as having a lot of options on your plate. Like you're a highly desirable person. A lot of these colors are very attractive colors, like eye-catching. I'm getting that for some of you. Is like I think this person perceives you as having a lot of eyes on you and having a lot of options in love. That's just the vibes. So let's continue. How do they perceive you? Sorry, guys. Yawned a little bit. It's getting late where I'm at. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Looking closely, that's very much that Page of Pentacles, that curiosity energy. Yeah, this person sees you guys as being very focused on the things that you're going after. They also may perceive you guys as being a bit, well, this says nitpicky, you know, and that could be the case where you guys look closely into things. Like a little detective, you dig into things. You're not afraid to go down that rabbit hole to see what's happening in a situation, you know? But yeah, they also might see you as like, this also talks about creeping, like on social media and stuff like that. So maybe they feel like you guys do that sometimes, either to them or just in general. Let's see. This came up in like every reading. This is so funny. It's just funny that it keeps coming up. So, you know, the Frigid card is about someone feeling iced out of your life. Like, so either this situation is a little icy right now, or maybe even this person is perceiving you guys as being frigid toward them for some reason. I don't know, but yeah, you guys may not be in communication with this person right now, because there is this perception of you as not being happy with them, or needing space, or just not really putting a lot of your energy or focus onto them right now. That kind of makes sense with the Page of Pentacles, because this is very slow and like sporadic communication, you know? So I don't know what the situation is with this person, but I don't think they feel like you're being very warm and fuzzy to them, at least right now. All right, so group 3, we're going to go ahead and close it out there, but I would really love to hear from you in the comments how this resonates with your situation. So drop me a comment down below and let me know. If you guys are not already subscribed, please subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in a new reading soon. Bye.